I mean, the other thing that I can do is start picking up... I have enough to start picking off the low-hanging fruit, right? So, this is Bun Lon Lim. I saw her in the scene. She was being dragged off over here, right? Maybe if I watch some of those memories, I can figure out what happened to her. So, this was in Escape. Part 9 on the gun deck. If I go down, let's just trace this all out. Okay, so this is the start of Escape. This was the guy that got his arm chopped off because by the squid. If I remember, he was there with the Frenchman, and everyone else was, you know, trying to help him. If I go up here, so this is the captain. There looks like there was something else, you know. What I'm trying to do is get up to those steps over there to see what happened to the Formosans. But I can't see that far, so... because the dumbass captain's in the way. I guess it's... sometimes you and the captain can't make it happen. So in part 2... Wait, I'm looking at the wrong part. Right?
You started with part 1.
Okay, this is the memory that... I saw her being dragged off in Murder Part 3. Who is she being dragged away by? Him? Who the fuck even is that? Edward Nichols was dragging off Bun Lon Lim. Why? Have I even figured out how he died? Yeah, it doesn't I don't have it. So, the second mate was dragging off the Formosans. That's strange. That was the guy that we got shot by an unknown attacker, right? Second mate shot this guy. Like, there's so much going on. There's like... I feel like this boat went through like 8 mutinies. Honestly. And then with the captain shooting people. Like, goddamn. Huh. Kinda looks like Hitler. Just a little bit, right?
You're not wrong.
Like a young Hitler. Anyway. Okay, so what memory am I currently in? I'm at Murder, and this was the leg. So if I go to Murder Part 2, so Murder Part 2, there's a big gap in time. And I haven't even like looked at the calling yet. But if I go over here... Okay, so in my mind, I kind of conflated the escape with Murder. So, in Murder, they basically they forcibly dragged all the Formosans just off the ship entirely. They just kicked them all off the boat. But that's different from the escape, where, you know, that was the ladies and other people trying to run away from the fact that everything was going to super shit. What with the, you know... Huh. Who's this guy? So, he exploded. Right. What is he doing? It's really strange. Yeah, damn. Okay, let's go back to the part 2 of Murder, real quick. Huk Seng Lao got shot. Here's the Formosans. They're all being, you know, held back so they can't interfere with the assassination, or not the assassination, the execution. What a surprise! The butchers are next to the cow, the goats and stuff. Well, I can know for a fact, basically, that this guy is the butcher. So I might as well just identify him now. So this is... Oh. Oh, okay. We have cook and butcher.
Well, somebody else is the butcher already. So.
I guess so. I could be wrong. You know, that's always the definite possibility.
What did you say was the butcher?
There was a scene where they were chopping off a cow's head. And the person who was chopping off the head, I assumed was the butcher. Or I assumed the person giving the instructions to the other guy on how to chop the head off was the butcher. That happened in A Bitter Cold, I think. Yeah. So the memory I'm thinking of was a large cow was slaughtered for its meat. So we had... Take him to the carpenters, get him wrapped up to see the last rites. They're here, one swing. Get through the skull and stun her brain. I'll cut her throat and you've done it. Yeah. You got it. Never been on a farm, Charlie. So the person who, I assume the person who chopped, who killed the cow is probably Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, if I look, let's just look at the manifest. Who's Charlie? We have the bosun's mate, Charles Minor.
Oh, Charles.
And Charles Herstick. So, I would have definitely remembered if it was Charles Minor, because, the guy didn't speak with a French accent. So I have to then know that the person who did the head chopping off must have been Charles Herstick. Or Herstick. Which probably isn't this guy. But I could be wrong. Nevertheless, I'm going to make I'm going to revisit that memory real quick. I've gone just all over the place, but I'm hoping that eventually I start figuring some shit out in this game. I just know I'm probably getting closer and closer to actually, like, making progress, and then at the last second, just taking a U-turn straight away from it. So it goes. Cool. Okay. So. This guy.
I'll cut her throat when you've done it. Here? Yeah. Come on before she kicks up.
Yeah, this guy's speaking with a very thick Irish accent. Hit her brain, one swing, get through the throat and stun her brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it. Oh, okay, so this is Charles.
You all right there, sir?
Never been on a farm, Charlie?
Mind your shoes now.
Okay, this has to be Charles Minor. And the reason is that they refer to him as Sir. And, there's no way they would, refer to somebody who's, like, the same rank as them as Sir. So I know, then, that this is Charles Minor. And, he was spiked by a terrible beast. Maybe I'm wrong. Because he's next to Emmett O'Farrell, who I have as the butcher. And Charles, so this is, if I said this is the bosun's mate, why is he not next to the bosun? Wouldn't this be like the bosun's mate or something? Based off of their hats? I wish I could crouch and see this guy's clothing a little bit better. You get the title Sir by working on a farm. Yeah, this guy's clearly never been on a farm. So I don't know. I feel like I got that right, but I got it wrong. So that's nice.
But is that the guy who cut off the cow's head, though?
No. So they're referring. This guy's the one who's throwing off, and they say never been on a farm before, Charles. Or Charlie. So it's either. It's gotta be one of the two people named Charles. And I've guessed Charles Minor is the bosun's mate, but I guess I was wrong. And I think that I'm wrong specifically because I find this very, very confusing. So let's go back to... I also just hate the controls of this game so fucking much. Tab, Q, and A all do really similar things, and they're all right next to each other, and I get thrown off every single time. Anyway... if I just play out that dialogue again, this is the wrong dialogue. Cow. You all right there, sir? Never been on a farm, Charlie? Mind your shoes now. So they refer to this person who's throwing up as sir.
Hold on.
What am I going to hold on to? You want to just read the dialogue?
Yeah, I was just trying to look through the dialogue to figure out which of those responses are for...
So this is Emil.
So Charlie's the one giving the orders.
No. Emil's giving the order. I don't know who this person is. Unless, like... So we're overhearing some dialogue. Somebody's saying, take him to see the last rites or whatever. Or take him to the carpenters to see the last rites. I assume that that's the dialogue that's happening over here. That I'm overhearing.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got a fucking pet monkey. Henry Evans, the surgeon. He has a pet monkey? Alright. This guy succumbed to a tragic illness. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, so I can deduce that these people are helping out the doctor, who is over here. Yeah, okay, so if this is the surgeon, and then this is... If I'm saying that this is Charles as the bosun's mate, and this is the surgeon, then we can assume that the people who gathered here are probably, like, you know, respected civilians and stewards and people like that. Because they're grouped up, they're behind, you know, the actual officers. So, you know, these people would be workers who, I guess, like, work with the surgeon. So, if I just look at this guy, I assume he's not a steward. I mean, he might be. Okay. Because we have 3 seamen who are from India. Solomon Said. Solomon Syed. Where did I say that he was from? Because he's singing out... What ethnicity was he? Oh, I might actually be onto something now. I might get something here. Okay, Solomon. He was a seaman from India. So then, it must be the case that these 4 guys are all Indian. And they're all...
They look Indian.
Yeah, these are the other 3 seamen. Alright, so I should be able to suss out who this guy is then as a result. So fuck the cow. We're gonna... we are gonna figure this shit out. Alright? Alright, I can figure out... I feel like I should be able to figure this out really easily. Okay, so this is the... This guy died from illness. What is the dialogue in this scene? Okay, well, same as the other fellow. Some lung disease, not consumption, made worse by the cold. Well, it spread, if so we'd all have it. They must have picked it up at the Lasker house. So, when they say they, I don't think that they're referring to they as in just this person on the bed. I think they're referring to, like... Okay, yeah, they're referring to him and Solomon, I guess. The Lasker house. I don't know what that means at all. It must have been something that, like a location they visited. That's badass. Must have been a location that they visited, at some point. Like off the ship or something. So, we have... So Solomon, he died to the illness. This guy associated with them. I could figure this out. God damn it, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to guess the identity of one son of a bitch tonight, and if I can pull that off, I'm going to be happy. Anything I can suss out from here? No. Okay. Okay, something weird that I could potentially guess is that, oh, never mind. This is Solomon. It has to be, I think. This is... This game is hard. This game is hard as shit. I cannot guess a single person. I went from basically just being like, I'm gonna pick out the low-hanging fruit to now I'm just like working my ass off to get anything at all. Okay.
Have you actually looked at all the memories and stuff? Because if we're missing
No.
pieces, then...
No, I haven't looked at all the memories yet. Okay. So another memory was just over here. Let me just leave that. So I just visited the part 2 memory again. Okay. Oh, this is the corpse I want to be looking at. Okay, so... Stop your cheating, worry about yourself. See you get up, drink something.
How good's your Hindi?
They provide a translation, so perfect.
Okay.
This is also really, really, like, different Cyrillics than what I know how to read. Nasyedya pa... Or, yeah. Pol... I can't read it. Pol... Tsiadni? Something like that.
Dubina?
Duvina. Ah. Anyway, that's not helpful at all. Who's this guy? Okay, so he looks sick. This guy is straight up dead. This guy is... I don't know. He was the one who was talking to Sid. And then... this guy was just around. I can't figure out a fucking thing. Where on the boat am I, too? That's also worth noting. So... this is just crew.
That's not where you are right now, though, is it?
You're right, I'm not on there. They were next to midshipmen. So at least I can identify that this is where, like, seamen slept in, you know, hammocks like this. Here's all the other people that... the hell? $58? The crew. 58. Oh, hey! I found Patrick O'Hagan. He's right here. Patrick. Patrick, I wish to identify you. Yeah! There's some shit covering him. What? 56. 55. 57. Oh! Oh! Right there! Alright. That's a game changer.
That guy was 51, right?
Yes. Yep. He died from, illness.
X.
Now, what the hell is that? It's Latin.
They're suddenly using Roman numerals.
Alright, so that's that's Mr. X. So Syed was 54. This guy was X. Is X 50? I don't know.
X is 10.
Yeah. What? Huh? Okay, well... how do I have this wrong, though? This is the guy that died from illness in the other scene. We saw that happen. I even have it written as succumb to a tragic illness.
Well, you need to figure out 3 fates and 3 people before it becomes...
Oh, right. You're right. I forgot that I have to get multiple people. And yeah, this guy, definitely I have him as 54, right? I don't have... it's a basic sanity check that those numbers mean what I think they mean. Let's just double check that 54 corresponds to Syed. Okay, it does. So I have this guy down. Oh! This guy's out of the bed, and he must be 53, because this one's empty. Okay. So, I know this guy is William Wasim, which means that this guy must be the last remaining Indian. So I have 2 that I know for sure who they are, and I know this guy got crushed by a beast because there's no way I could have messed that up in a different, you know. If I look at the memories, he he perished in the Doom. There was really only one thing that was fucking killing people in the Doom, and it was the Kraken. So I don't think I could have gotten that wrong. So I know who this person is. I just saw him. I haven't seen him die or anything
Yet.
yet. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he, like everyone else, dies.